back to Urban Sprawl. I've got a few more things that I would like to add to the acacia area. The building itself is finished, but I need to put in some more curtains in the windows, which means green dye, which means a cactus farm. Now, cactus I do have growing in the city around some water holes, but it's very slow going, so I want to have a go at building a cactus farm. It's pretty easy because there's no redstone really required. It grows, it breaks, and it's collected. So I'm going to build a cactus farm over in my woolshed area and see how we go. So let's go back to the woolshed area and get started. So there's my cactus farm. I've tried to keep it in the same style as the kelp farm, with the smooth stone blocks and the sea lanterns and glass. So it's sort of a set, and it is up off the ground, which is nice because it means I can walk under it and grow mushrooms. I did have quite a bit of trouble getting the levels right. So the cactus has space to grow and then break off. I'm not sure I'm happy with it though, because I'm finding a lot of the cactus that is breaking off, especially from the top two layers, is getting destroyed as it falls and hits the cactus on the bottom layer. So I reckon I'm losing quite a bit of cactus. So I might rejig this so it's all one level, and I might bring it out this way and see if that helps, because yeah, I've noticed a lot of them breaking and then not collecting anything. So I think it's being destroyed as it hits the cactus on the bottom level there. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. I might strip it down and rebuild it and spread it out so it's all on the one level, or I might leave it. I haven't decided yet. But yes, I would like to get cactus a little bit faster than that, so we can get the green dye to make the banners and hang in the windows over in the acacia area. So that's one of my little projects today. I've just built a cactus farm, which is very exciting. Oh, did you see that one? I just saw one fall, so we should have 2. Excellent. We've got 2 in there now. So I am getting some. Yeah, see, I am getting some, but I reckon I am losing quite a lot. So I might leave it and see how it performs. We do have over a stack of green dye already. So I've been waiting to get 8 pieces, and then I'll just smelt it with a piece of coal. But the kelp farm is still doing very, very, very well. Look how many blocks of kelp we've got. So I've been taking some of this to feed back into the smoker to cook the kelp. So that farm is working really well. Not sure about the cactus farm, but we'll let it run and see how we go. So there's my cactus farm. I can get some green dye, make some more green banners for the curtains over in the acacia area. I have another little project, and it's actually another farm. If you remember, one of my goals for this season is to get better at Minecraft, and I have been doing that step by step, killing the dragon, learning a bit of redstone, but I still don't have my head around redstone, and I'm wanting to build up a big chest of redstone components. I've been trading with villagers to get redstone, and that's quite time consuming, even though I've got quite a few clerics hidden away in the potions, in the enchanted goods and potions shop. So yes, I do have clerics hidden away in here, and I have been trading all the rotten flesh from down in the skelly and zombie chamber for redstone, but that's quite slow. So I want to build another farm. I want to build a witch farm, and this one is going to involve some redstone to have a water source wash them into the kill chamber. So I have got a witch farm. I've got a witch farm over in the swamp area right next to the creeper farm, but it is in water, and right next to it is quite a big deep drop of water. So any sort of building that I need to do is I'm going to have to build up a wall to keep the water out, which is doable. It's doable. So I'm going to fly over and build a witch farm. So here I am on the AFK platform above my witch farm, and I've just noticed something that's possibly a good thing and possibly a hindrance, because we're right next door to the creeper farm, and if I go into free cam, I'm actually close enough to the creeper farm that I'm having some spawn. Now that might mean the witch farm spawn rate is probably a little bit lower, but isn't that's good. I'm doing 2 for 1. 2 for 1. I'm getting gunpowder plus a lot of the redstone and other goodies that witches drop. So I've been up here for a little while, not a great length of time, but I would like to go down and have a look at what we've collected. I've actually turned the sound down on the game a little bit because the sound of the minecarts is really deafening. I might actually do some more because it's very, very loud. Turn it down to 4. That's a bit better. I just hope I don't have any ugly booglies coming up behind me and give me a jump scare. So yes, I've got the sound turned down quite a way because the minecarts are extremely deafening. So let's go in and have a look at what we've collected. That's not too bad. Like I said, I've only been up on the AFK platform for a couple of minutes. I have already collected quite a lot. So almost a stack of redstone in a couple of minutes. That's awesome. So I think I will be collecting redstone from here from now on, and we've got glowstone and a little bit of gunpowder. So lots of gunpowder from the witches and the creepers to make lots and lots of rockets, because I do like flying around. Now you see what I mean by the water problem. It was in a swamp, but it was actually sitting in a huge underwater cavern, and this did go down quite some way. So in the video you could possibly see me trying to fill it and dig down. So we've got this little chamber here, so this is actually all underwater. And directly behind this block is water, so it's pretty much as it is. I will not be expanding this in any way because it's going to be a big project if we wanted to. But I just made a witch farm. That's something else I've never done before, and the redstone was pretty simple. And this is the clock. A boat in a water stream, which I thought was pretty cool. So the redstone is connecting the 3 layers together of the trapdoors, and when it ticks on, the water is pushing all the witches to the kill chamber, and then it clicks off and resets so they can spawn. And I can't get up there because that's got a slab on top, and it's basically the boat that's sending the signal as it slowly goes around in its never-ending cycle. I'm very, very pleased. I did follow a tutorial for this. I could not have designed this by myself. I followed another tutorial from Triloms, the best witch farm in Minecraft 1.21 plus tutorial by Triloms, and I'll put a link in the description. So it's just a real simple little witch farm, and I'm getting enough. Like I said, it's just me on the server, so I don't need to be selling it or giving it to anyone else, so I'm very happy with that. So there's my witch farm. So today I made 2 farms. I can get out. Before the sun sets, I've got some news. The server's been upgraded. So if we're running the latest version, 1.21.11, which means We've got the spear and the other updates. So the Nautilus, I reckon we've got. And I think while I was making the witch farm, I saw some swimming around in this area. So we'll be able to start playing with the Nautilus. But I want to go and make a spear. So I've come back to the wool shed to make a spear. This is exciting. I've seen a lot of other videos of Minecrafters playing with the spears, and they look like they delve out quite a bit of damage if you manage to hit your target. I'm not sure if you can make a diamond spear or if you need to find one. So let's have a look. So we need sticks, which I do have, and then the material that you want. Oh, there we go. I've just unlocked it. So you can make a diamond spear. Oh, da, da, da. Awesome. Okay, I'll put this stuff back. And we'll go and... Now, I need to put netherite on my spear. And enchantments. I don't want it breaking. So I need mending and unbreaking. And I'm not sure what other enchantments you put on a spear, so we'll have to look into that. So we'll get some netherite. I think... Have I moved? Then where did I put the netherite? Ah, there. So we'll get some netherite and we'll put on the netherite onto my spear. I think I need the template. I think that's back in my original building. Okay, there's my netherite template. And I'm going to take some of this as well. Because I can't remember how to do this. I'm just going to take a quick break and remind myself how to apply netherite. So I've just made my netherite ingot and a duplicate of the template. So now I reckon we can go over to the smithy and use the blacksmith's table to apply the netherite. Is this... I reckon this is the one that we use. Now we put the template in the spear in the ingot. Awesome! Now we need all the enchantments. Now I need to research what sort of enchantments you put on a spear. I'll be right back. The enchantments you can put on a spear are the basic ones, your mending and your unbreaking, plus lunge 3 and sharpness 5. That's what I've researched, and that sounds pretty good to me. I really want to go through all these books behind me and see if I can find what we need before we go to the floating farm and get what we need. Remembering I do have some mending mics in the village. I've got emeralds, so we can do that. It's the sharpness 5 and the lunge. That's going to be tricky. So let's have a look. Oh, unbreaking 3. No, we want sharpness 5, but I might hold on to that. Oh, sharpness 4. We're getting closer. I have most of the books. Also did a bit of more research, and there's a few other enchantments you can put on a spear as well. Things like looting 3 and sharpness, knockback 2, fire aspect 2. So I've been delving through my books here, and currently I have unbreaking 3, knockback 2. I had to combine a couple of books to get sharpness 5. I've got looting 3 there, and there's my fire aspect 2. So I do need to do some more book gathering, which means going over to the floating farm. So I'll pop over there and see what enchantments we can put on the spear to begin with. And on our way over, I may as well pick up a mending book. because that's probably the easiest book I can gather. I've got a couple of mending mics. I think the best one is the guy in the museum. And I think this guy gives me the best rates. Yes, 20. So there's our mending book for our spear. Let's head over to the floating farm and see what other enchantments we can get. Because the spear has only been put into this latest update, I'm guessing the lunge book wasn't around before then. I haven't seen a book with lunge on it. So I'm hoping as we go over to the floating farm and we enchant some books, I might start seeing a lunge appearing in some of the enchanted books. So let's go. So here we are at the floating farm, and I'm going to turn my sound down, otherwise we're going to be deafened by all those fishies. Now, I've got lots of levels, so I don't think the XP is going to be a problem. I've finally got all the enchantments, and I had to do it twice. To get all the enchantments on the spear, you have to do them in the correct order, otherwise it gets too expensive. So I had to stay at the fish farm and get all those enchanted books all over again, and strip the enchantments off the spear, and all I've got to do now is put mending on it, and then it's finished. Hopefully I brought enough XP with me. There's my spear. And there's my mending book. Oh, just enough XP. Okay. No spring chickens. Spear. Excellent. I've got a spear. Now we can go and learn how to use it. Okay, so the spear has got lunge 3, which I'm guessing is what causes you to lunge with it. Sharpness 5, so it should pretty much kill anything. It's got fire aspect, knockback, looting, unbreaking 3, and mending. I'm really excited to learn how to use this. I've seen other people online play with the spears and they look like a lot of fun. So let's have a fly around, see if we can spot any mobs, any animals. There's a piggy. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. The right button activates just the basic jab. The left button lunges. And I'm pretty sure it's the lunging that makes you hungry. So where was that piggy? I might just do some on the ground first, and then we'll try in flight lunging. Oh! Cooked pork chop. Yum. Okay. Now, I don't think there's any other animals. There's a sheep over there somewhere, but it is getting dark. So I'm going to go and sleep, and we'll pick this up in the morning. Okay, morning. I'll just pop this away. Okay, now that sheep is still over there. There's a couple of chickens and sheep over that way, and a horse, which we're not going to touch. I might go over this way because the others are in amongst trees and that might prove problematic. Let's go see if we can find some animals. Looks like there's a chicken here somewhere. There it is. It would be handy if it was down on the flat, but that's okay. Now, I reckon this is close to my lava bed, which I've dried out. Okay. Stay still, chicken. Oh. Ah. Okay. If we do a right click It does nothing. Okay. Left click. Oh! Roast chook. Okay, where's... Okay, there's a piggy over this way somewhere. Okay. So right-clicking doesn't do anything. Okay, piggy. Okay, I need some more animals. This is becoming a little bit too much fun. There's a sheep. Where is he? He's probably down on the flatter area. Oh no, he's down in the hole, mate. Okay. So it is definitely left click. I want to try some flying. So I might have to go for a bit of a fly and find some animals and see if we can get them mid-flight. There's a plains area over here behind the acacia area. Doesn't that look lovely? Oh, I like that orange. And there's usually animals over here. Let's just land and get a feel for what's around us. There's quite a few over this way. Okay. Now this is going to test not only the spear, but also my flying abilities. Okay. Going in for that sheep. Ah! Oh! Okay. That's interesting. Oh, I destroyed my bed. Back at the iron farm. Okay. That's why we have keep inventory on, because no one's on the server to help me out. So let's go back. Actually, there's some animals here. Okay, that was a really bad first attempt. I will admit that. It's got range, but I misjudged the range on it. So let's try again. Okay, that cow. Ah! Oh, and you've got to watch where you go afterwards, obviously. Any animals over here? Preferably on an open, flat area. That sheepy bar. Oh! This is really hard. Where is it? There it is. Oh! I didn't crash though. That's an improvement. Oh, that's not a sheep. That's a llama. I don't want a llama. Where's that sheep gone? Where did that sheep go? I swear there was a sheep here a little while ago. He must have despawned. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's try again. I'm sure there's a trick to this. Oh. Go in for a second attempt. Where is he? Yay! And I'm still flying. I would say that was a successful attempt. I guess you don't pick up the drops as you're flying past. That would be a bit tricky. That was awesome. Okay. Now, there's so many of these little things around the place. Let's go back to the plains. And I'll actually set my spawn. And we'll try again. Because there's a nice big flat area that we can play with. Okay, I want to land first and set my spawn. Okay, my spawn is set. Okay, so we've got cows, chickens and sheep and pigs. So we've got the whole gamut. So we could have a nice mixed roast. Okay. Go for that sheep. Ah. Oh. I'm getting lower and lower to the ground. I'm bound to hit it eventually. I want to do another one mid-flight. Okay, that cow. Nah. Woo! Oh, I almost hit the ground again. It's hard to gauge. Oh. 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 This is really hard to judge. You don't want to hit the ground. Yay! So you have to be quite close. Go for that piggy. No. Oh! I landed. Oh, I think that was a successful landing. Okay, let's do one more. One more successful use of the spear, and then I think we might call it an episode. A sheepy bar. Yay! Awesome. Hey, now we're getting it. That is pretty awesome. I don't know where that other sheep was that I got. That is a lot of fun. This is... I did say one more, but this is a lot of fun. Oh. Okay, the sun's setting. I think that is going to be a lot of fun. Using the spear to fly in and jab animals. I hope you liked the episode today, guys. Quite a few things we did. It took longer than it looked with all the enchanting I had to do at the floating farm. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave comments down below if you've got any ideas. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Where did I leave my bed? Actually, I wonder how it would do against mobs. Oh! Ah! Oh no! I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I can't get up. Oh! I might just fly around until... Okay, is it safe? No, skellies! Oh no. Oh my goodness. Ah!